Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yosef Safi Harb, and I'm the founder and CEO of Happitech. This is Nabil, and for a year, nobody could figure out why his heart was racing. And Nabil spent 12 months in and out of the hospital with 3 different cardiac monitoring devices. The challenge is that detecting heart rhythm disorders can be like finding a needle in a haystack. Patients are often prescribed devices that last anywhere from 24 hours up to 30 days. But episodes can occur outside the time of monitoring. In addition, in many parts of the globe, many patients do not have access to adequate care or devices. And as a result of those problems, atrial fibrillation, the most common heart rhythm disorder, it goes undetected in over 30% of patients, with huge consequences: hospitalizations, deaths, and a huge cost annually. Now, existing hardware solutions are costly and not set up to scale, because a device can cost anywhere from 100 up to 700 euros. The logistics in sending and receiving device makes it sometimes challenging to have the device available the moment that you need it, as was the case of Nabil, which altogether makes it hard to scale. So what if we could tackle this problem with something that 86% of the world population already has in their pocket? Nabil is my father, and I wanted to solve his problem. So I left my aerospace engineering job, found great cardiologists, and we spent 6 years in clinical studies and regulatory approvals to create a CE-marked solution that only uses your smartphone with no additional hardware whatsoever. How does it work? Simply by placing your finger on the camera for 90 seconds. That's it. It's as simple as that. So by doing so, we can screen for AFib and monitor with a similar accuracy as the standard of care. How does it work? By placing your finger on camera, we detect the tiny color changes that are caused by the pressure increase as the blood is pumping and increasing the capillaries. And then our CE-approved AI does the rest. Simple as that. Now, the beauty of our solution is we're not an app. We integrate into leading remote patient monitoring solutions, making deployment a matter of weeks instead of months. And with that, more importantly, we become a seamless part of existing cardiology workflows and unlock large patient populations. So health platforms are different in each country, and they have access to a lot of hospitals. And we work very closely together with some of the leading European remote patient monitoring companies, and we've also signed already US-based remote patient monitoring. And together with a joint go-to-market, we unlock the cardiology patients. And the beauty about that is the medical data can now flow all the way from the app of the patient into the EHR. And that's a big reason why hospitals love working with us, because it's not a standalone solution. Everything gets into the EHR, allowing to deploy real-world patient populations. In addition, we have delivered tangible and measurable results, and more importantly, on the ROI. Recently unlocked a reimbursement code that allows physicians to get a revenue of 160 euros per patient per quarter, in addition to showing a 40% reduction in consults. And of course, the cost of our device is by 95% less than existing. And at the end of the day, we can save lives and reduce costs if we detect AFib earlier. Fewer hospitalizations, fewer emergency department visits, and fewer cardiac events. And we're on track to becoming a medical standard, with over 12,000 patients already monitored in clinical studies and hospital deployments across some of the best hospitals. We're the first digital health solution to receive reimbursement, making sure that the hospital remote patient monitoring and the device are able to be reimbursed. We're named in the Dutch guidelines and endorsed by the Dutch Heart Association, working with some of the best hospitals in the world. Now, what's our unique value proposition? We can screen any patient anywhere in less than the time I've been presenting, whether you're a 4-hour drive away or 5,000 miles across another continent. Because in terms of accessibility and scalability, a smartphone is a great solution. And we work great with single-lead ECGs, patches, as Happitech allows a diagnostic funnel to happen more effectively. And this is one of the reasons why Happitech was the selected device in a 160,000 at-risk screening campaign, one of the largest in Europe. And Happitech will be used to detect at-risk heart patients in the community. And this is a research project that has received over 9 million in research funding by some of the biggest names in the Dutch cardiology space, including the Dutch Cardiovascular Alliance, the Dutch Heart Association, but also Siemens, Roche, and Philips. Now, how do we make money? So, very important question. So we've licensed originally our technology to insurance companies and wellness companies. Then we moved to licensing our technology to remote patient monitoring. And the unique opportunity here right now is there is a reimbursement code in the Netherlands. And so now all parties involved are able to create a positive business case. The hospital, the remote patient monitoring, and of course our device. We've done this with a team of 15 with deep know-how in cardiology and Medtech, with a world-renowned panel of incredible cardiologists, as well as deep experience in a variety of medical devices in the cardiac monitoring space. And we're ready for our next step. So with your help, we're looking for a 2 million investment to achieve 3 important milestones. The first is get FDA clearance. We have already invested a year into speaking with the FDA, pre-sub, lining our clinical study site, and we're ready to go. The second is double our revenues year over year, which we've done also this year. And by utilizing the reimbursement code in the Netherlands, we can achieve 50% market share. We're now in 10. We're aiming to be at least in 30 by next year. And the third important point is expand our medical device capabilities. Allow me to elaborate on that. Working beyond AFib, we're working to expand our portfolio of cardiac biomarkers. And we have already IRB-approved clinical studies in place that are looking at ischemic heart disease, aortic valve, and other disease areas. Because our goal at the end is to provide access to cardiac monitoring when you need it. Because 80% of cardiovascular disease is preventable when detected timely and managed properly. So I wasn't able to help my father the first time. But fast forward a few years later, where using Happitech, he detected unusually high heart rate of 170 BPM, which prompted an emergency visit where he was diagnosed and stabilized. And that's the power of Happitech, cardiac monitoring right in your pocket. Thank you very much.